Sir Ranulph Fiennes, 78, is known as the world's greatest living explorer thanks to the invaluable adventures he has completed throughout his lifetime. However, along with a life of exploring, Sir Ranulph has faced huge dangers that almost killed him. Speaking on Lorraine Kelly's What If? Podcast, Sir Ranulph recounted the venture that led him to a close brush with death. The former SAS officer explained to Lorraine and her co-host and daughter, Rosie Smith, that a bad mistake meant he had to call for help. He was eventually rescued by a ski plane and taken to a hospital in Canada. Once there, he had the tips of all 4 fingers and the thumb of his left hand amputated. Sir Ranulph said, "I made a bad mistake. -50 degrees, the sledge fell in 10 foot down into the water, dark, full moon, breaking up all the ice. I realized I was going to die very quickly if I couldn't get the sledge out of the water. Because, as it fell in, I got the quick release that meant that the tension that was all over the life-saving equipment was no longer fixed to me. And there it was, and it was gradually sinking. And there was air inside the Russian bags and so on, but it was gradually sinking." The explorer continued, "Blocks of ice were falling in on top of it, so I had to get it out. You use one hand to put it out. I managed to get 10 feet back up on the edge of the ice float from which I'd fallen, and quickly got out of it. Everything is latched on, my hands were so gone." He added, "I couldn't undo the lashes, so I cut the lashes. Got the little tent, sleeping bag, matches and a tin cooker, and that was about it. What you do is, you start your cooker by pumping petrol onto the plate and then you light the plate." Sir Ranulph went on to explain how he accidentally set part of his tent on fire while trying to start the cooker. He had to use his sleeping bag to put the fire out in what he described as the worst moment of my life. Sir Ranulph concluded, "Long story short, I eventually got back to the mainland and managed to get a ski plane to come in from 600 miles away." He continued, "I got back to a hospital in Canada. PPE insurance said they would not pay for the amputations." Explaining the extent of his frostbite, Sir Ranulph then pointed out to Lorraine how much of his fingers was dead.